Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party and remain standing for the Portuguese and American national anthem. Good afternoon, and welcome to the 65th Air Base Group's Enlisted Promotion Ceremony. I am Master Sergeant Alvin Felder from the 65th Group Staff Agency, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for today's events. We are honored to have our distinguished guests joining us today, beginning with our host, the Commander. You may take your seats. We are honored to have our distinguished guests joining us today, beginning with our host, the Commander, 65th Air Base Group, Colonel Christopher Boyd. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 65th Air Base Group, Chief Master Sergeant George Speedy Gonzalez. We also extend a warm welcome to all commanders, first sergeants, and senior enlisted leaders, supervisors, and most importantly, the promotees and their families. Promotion is a hard-earned recognition for significant accomplishments, dedications, and commitment to the Air Force way of life. Promotions are significant events in the lives of military members and their families. You are strongly encouraged to demonstrate your unit's pride and esprit de corps when your promotee's name is called. Family members are encouraged to join your promotees in the certificate presentation photo. For those of you who will perform a ceremony attacking on with your promotee, you may proceed to the stage after their certificate presentation and photo. Now, without further ado, let's get these airmen promoted. Colonel Boyd and Chief Gonzalez, please come forward to present the promotion certificates. Senior airmen commonly perform as skilled technicians and trainers. It is essential for senior airmen to begin developing supervisory and leadership skills through progressive responsibility on the job, completion of ALS, individual study, and mentoring by their supervisors and others. When they perform as trainers and supervisors, senior airmen strive to establish themselves as effective first-line supervisors through the maximum use of guidance and assistance from non-commissioned officers and senior non-commissioned officers who lead them. Senior airmen may serve as reporting officials upon completion of ALS. Senior airmen operate at the tactical expertise of leadership. The official term of address for is senior airman or airman. Unable to attend, but promoting to the rank of senior airman from the 65th Air Base Squadron, Senior Airman Stephen Shatwell. Master Sergeants are transitioning from technical experts and first-line supervisors to operational leaders, able to merge personal talents, skills, and resources with other teams functions to effectively accomplish the mission. While continuing to develop leadership and management skills, this rank carries significantly increased responsibilities and requires broad technical and managerial perspective. Promoted to the rank of Master Sergeant from the 765th Air Base Squadron, Master Sergeant Nelson Barrios. Colonel Boyd and Chief Gonzalez, you may take your seats. Sergeant Barrios, who would you like to perform on the promotional tacking on?
We're going to do Chief and then Ashley, please.
Go easy on. Master Sergeant Barrios, please stay at the center of the stage to receive the Senior Non-Commissioned Officer's Charge. Master Sergeant Hughes, please come forward to administer the charge.
At this time, I invite all current and retired senior non-commissioned officers to stand in solidarity as our newest senior non-commissioned officers receive their charge. Please raise your right hand. You are charged with being an active, visible leader and deliberately developing junior enlisted airmen, non-commissioned officers, fellow senior non-commissioned officers, and commissioned officers into better followers, leaders, and supervisors. You are charged with providing highly effective leadership to all subordinates, leading teams while maintaining the highest levels of readiness to ensure mission success, and securing and promoting PME for yourself and your subordinates. You are charged with translating leaders' directions into specific tasks and responsibilities that subordinates can understand and execute. You are charged with helping leaders make informed decisions by providing constructive input to best meet the challenges facing the organization. You are charged with clearly meeting and striving to exceed the standards and expectations levied upon all junior enlisted airmen and NCOs. You are charged with epitomizing excellence, professionalism, pride, and competence, and serving as a role model for all airmen to emulate. Do you accept these charges?
I accept.
Congratulations, Master Sergeant Barrios, and welcome to the Senior Non-Commissioned Officers Corps.
Colonel Boyd, the floor is yours.
I'm going to bring the drag the chief up. Sorry. Yes, go first.
I'm going to stand a little bit over here so I can get some support from this podium. Oh, all right. So congratulations to our promotees. I know Senior Shatwell couldn't be here with us today, but congratulations to him. Please pass on the word. And I definitely want to make sure that he gets recognized in this forum as well, right, as we talk about the transition from A1C to Senior Airman. I definitely didn't want to leave him out, but he's coming into this transition period, right? A1C, he's doing the JOB, he's honing his craft, but he's also stepping into this first-time supervisor world, right? That realm of being an A1C and then being having the opportunity to lead from that supervisory perspective, right? So that's a big transition, and it's a lot of responsibility to put on our very young airmen at a young age. Now, to Master Sergeant transition, right? Like that's a pretty big one, I think. You are definitely leaving junior enlisted corps. You're leaving the NCO corps, and you're stepping into senior NCO world, right? The proverbial is like, hey, you're now you're not them anymore, or like you're not with the airmen anymore. You're them, right? That's who they're referencing. We're like, oh, they have an issue, they have a problem. They're referencing, us now, right? So don't lose sight of that, right? A couple of things that I want to hit on for that transition to Master Sergeant, right? I always think back, like, story time with Chief, and I probably have a story for like any situation, right? But I definitely was thinking about this. And I was like, what can I say to our, senior NCOs, and especially as a new senior NCO, right? And I thought to my time back at Nellis, we had a guest speaker, and he started talking about high-performance organizations, right? And then he asked the crowd, he said, well, what do you guys think makes a high-performance organization? And, several answers were thrown out there, but at the end of the day, he talks about trust, right? He's like, trust it's what makes a high-performance organization go. So as you make that transition, right, it's not only inherent that you take that responsibility on, but like you're charged to build that or foster and build that trust inside your organization, whether it's a flight chief, superintendent, SCL later on down the road. That's your job as a senior NCO. Different style of leadership as well as here, right? It's taking a different step back, and you don't have that opportunity, or you're not operating in that world where I'm like, well, I don't really get along with that person. It's like they kind of leave them by the side, right? It's like airmen, you kind of see that in cliques sometimes. Unfortunately, NCOs, it gets a little bit better. But as a senior NCO, that's out the window. Doesn't matter if you like them, if you don't like them, they're a poor worker. That's your job to make them and build them up, right? To make them better in their organization. If memory serves me right, like when we talk about PME, we get taught you have to operate from the nexus. Transformational leadership. That's what you're charged with as the senior NCO. And then the last thing, it's covered in the charge, but one thing that I carry pretty close to me is when we talk about intent, right? And more specifically commander's intent, right? Your commander is going to give you a direction, say like, hey, we need to storm this hill. Hey, we need to take that charge. It's like, cool. It's like you have intent now. It's your responsibility to transfer and interpret that intent and make sure that it's communicated to the team to ensure success. Fair enough? Congrats again.
Okay, if I don't use the mic on this one. I think everybody can hear me. So just to reiterate a little bit of what the chief said, I'm not just going to repeat what he said, but every time I hear that charge for the senior NCOs in particular, man, it's huge impact to the Air Force. Really amazed at what particularly that tier group does with our enlisted force. So amazing amount of responsibility. The best days that I've had probably in my career, which is pretty lengthy compared to some of those in the room here, have been promotion days. They're special days, not only for that individual, but they're special for the teams that surround that individual, but also for all those people that grew that individual into the airman that they are today. So I'll focus in on you, Sergeant Barrios, since you're the promotee present today. But I know that a lot of people probably contributed to building you into the airman that you are today. So on a day like this, I always think it's a good reminder to just think about, how those people influenced you from being, the youngest airman that you were when you came in 2010, all the way up until this point, and the influences that they had on you to grow you into the leader that you are today. So I think that's a good practice for everybody in the room here, but it's a good moment for you to do that in the past, to reflect on those individuals, and then also to thank them. Those airmen that were around you the teams that were around you, the leaders that guided you, the family that shaped you, the friends that shaped you. They all contributed to who you are today, into this moment that got you that next stripe that we're really proud of you for. Now, flipping the script on that, another reason that I'm just in awe of our senior NCO Corps is that, now you are the individual, like Chief was saying, that individual that's shaping those young airmen out there. Shaping not just those young airmen. When I say, airmen, I'm not just talking about the rank, I'm talking about officers, enlisted. You're shaping them all. And that's part of the charge. And anyway, it's just something to think about as well, because you're at that point in your career where you're now being charged to shape the future. So just something to think about as you take all those lessons that you were able to gain throughout your career and then impart them on those that you're about to lead. So I'll leave it at that. Just something to reflect on. We are extremely proud of you. And we want to make sure that we get a chance to celebrate today, and it's an awesome day for you. So congratulations. Thank you for joining us, Ashley, today. That's awesome that you're able to be here. Nice punch, by the way. But congratulations, Nelson. Really big day for you. Proud of you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Promotees, would you fall in and form the receiving line? We would like to thank the family and friends for the promotees for their support. Let's give them all a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. Please follow Colonel Boyd and Chief Gonzalez in the line from your left to congratulate our newest promotees. Thank you for taking the time to join us in recognizing our newest promotees. Please drive safe and have a great afternoon. If you have time, please stay behind for cake and refreshments and going away presentations.
Oh, yeah, are you gonna punch it? Oh, I thought you were gonna punch it. I think, you went to the punch.
You really know.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, congratulations. That's awesome.
Bring it in, brother. Bring it in, man. Hey, thank you. Hey, man. Good job.
Congrats. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks, sir. I appreciate that. Hey, thanks. Keep us rest for a while.
Congrats.
Thanks for coming. Oh, hey, congratulations, brother. Thank you so much.
Well done. You got your
Hey, brother.
Hello. Ready for it to be over?
Congratulations, sir.
She did, yeah, she did. She's good.
With great power comes great responsibility. Remember that, man. Remember it. You're never alone with this shit. No, like, I mean, you always have somebody, or you always have